Blame Truth here, and I am back. Unfortunately, not under the best circumstances. I'm just gonna rattle this off real quick. I wasn't on vacation. I was not taking it easy. I've been taking my dog to the vet, making sure he's comfortable, getting him a rest and recovery pin. He has a front left leg issue. We're not really sure what it is. And he just turned 14, so it's very, very important that I make sure this isn't something serious. So after several vet visits and just trying to stay at home with him and make him comfortable and analyze him and stuff like that, we're still in the thick of it. We're still in the thick of it. So if you guys are supporters of the channel, say a little prayer. Keep my dog in your thoughts. He is, my best friend, like legit, and we're going to get an MRI done if things aren't improving in the next 7 days or so. But yeah, he has some front leg lameness. It's gradually gotten worse. He's limping on it and stuff like that. And we're not really sure what the issue is. My guess is probably some sort of nerve issue caused by some sort of injury or something. But we're not really sure. So right now, he's just resting and recuperating. But either way, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Because, I got a lot I want to get off my chest. This is a bombshell. This is a big video, and like this video if you could to get this out there with the algorithm, because this needs to be seen. This is absolutely fucking disgusting. I have covered so many issues with Activision Blizzard, and during my time away, like, Nero kind of took over and covered a bunch of shit that Activision Blizzard was doing, and this Call of Duty, the Call of Duty team in general. But this is honestly one of the worst things. And before I even get into this is not a conspiracy theory. This is not guesswork. This is not us trying to figure out something that's gonna make Ace butthurt because I get like 4 times his views or whatever. It's not that, all right? Like, it's literally just in the game. And there is no, like, there's no defending this. No matter who you are, there is no defending this. This is not something I found out. This is actually from one of my friends, Sub1KD, who is a data guy, like, through and through. He is a data-driven guy. If he is covering it, it is legit. You know what I mean? Like, this is not someone falling into the conspiracy theory camp. This is legitimately in the game. This is on the company's website. And to keep it short and sweet, basically, Call of Duty is being racist, sexist, and ageist, and God knows what else. And I'm not kidding. Your experience in Call of Duty will change based on your age, your gender, your race, etc. And I am not kidding. This is not me being funny. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is on the fucking company's website that handles Call of Duty voice chat moderation. And I just cannot believe this is allowed. This should be fucking illegal. This is something that needs to be mentally digested. But before we get into it, let's cover something that needs to be physically digested. Today's sponsor, Factor. Today's video is sponsored by Factor. Factor is a long-running sponsor on this channel, and for good reason. They deliver fresh, never frozen meals directly to my door. As someone who is busy, I need quick meals that aren't garbage, basically. I don't need gas station sushi. I need something nutritious that will fill me up, that meets my macros, and Factor does that perfectly. It's ready in 2 to 3 minutes in the microwave, ships to me in a refrigerated box, and meets whatever dietary need I have at the time. Ketogenic options, vegetarian options, vegan options, high protein options, you name it, Factor has it. If you are sick of fast food, which is no longer fast and not to mention quite expensive, if you're also sick of expensive delivery services which charge you an arm and a leg just to taxi your food to you, if you are sick of tipping like 30% because you accidentally made eye contact with a waiter at a restaurant, then Factor is the way to go, guys. Head on over to factor75.com or click the link below and use code 50CODfather to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. That's code 50CODfather at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box. All right, guys, welcome back to the video. If you're already using Factor, microwave one up and sit down because this is a bombshell. I'm just going to show you the clips from Sub1KD. He covered it in a video. It'll give him some exposure and just say what I want to say in relation to what he found out about Call of Duty's AI voice moderation system. As we all know, it is complete garbage. But what he found is literally baked in racism, sexism, and it's oddly enough insanely creepy as well, because they're profiling you. They're literally profiling you, and the rules change based on who you are in a lobby with. Look at this shit and tell me this isn't the worst thing you have ever seen.
For example, perceived age and gender presentation. If there is a mix of perceived ages and perceived biological sexes present in a conversation, it can increase the overall risk of a clip. For example, due to gender-based harassment. What does that mean? It means that if you and your boys are calling each other the B word back and forth, and listening to you is someone that the game has determined is a woman or identifies as female or sounds like they're female, that the conversation you were having a minute ago, which was totally fine, and the game understood it to be banter between a bunch of men, suddenly finds it not okay because the audience has changed. And now it's under more scrutiny. And what they do is they change the rules, specifically talking about things like race, age, gender identity. They change the rules based on who's listening. Here's another section where they talk a little bit more directly about it. What about keywords and phrases, which are sometimes bad and sometimes fine? Now they use the word, they use the F word here. And that can raise the alarm or not. And one of the things they talk about is whether it's how it's used and who's listening. So, for instance, someone shouting the F word might be doing so in a celebratory manner, or taunting an adversary, sometimes okay, depending on the nature of the game. But they specifically talk about whether or not it's child-focused. They have another thing talking about how the N-word is sometimes acceptable, which in our society is generally true. But they don't know who's who. They have to guess based on our voices. Which means if someone who decides to be toxic sounds a certain way, regardless of whether they are the right color or not, they can drop the N-word with impunity. Because the game is not going to send it for review. This system is so manipulative and so broken.
Now, what's really creepy about this is that we don't exactly know how this works on the back end. Is it using your data? There's that word, your data. Is it using that with this AI system? Like, are the two in cahoots or whatever? What I mean by that is like when you sign up for an Activision account, an Activision ID, if you use your real name and put in your real address and stuff like that, and I think at some point they made you put in like an actual working phone number to even play on PC, I think it was. I don't know if they still do that, but either way, when you do that, is that taking into account like how it's profiling you? The game will profile you a certain race that you may not be because maybe you sound a certain way. Isn't that inherently racist on their end? You know, a few of my black viewers over the years have said, BT, you're cool, man. You get the N-word pass. But does the game know I have that? No, it does not. No, it does not. And I appreciate that, by the way, but I probably will never be using that. I will not be cashing that in at any point. I'm half Native American. I mean, you guys are welcome to come onto a reservation. You know, you get my blessing to come onto a reservation. You get that pass, but I don't think A lot of actual Native American people would like that. The point of all this is that this system, it's inherently flawed, because not only is it trying to profile you and guesswork stuff and stuff like that, but it changes. The rules literally change based on who is in the lobby. You simply cannot know who you are playing against. I mean, not to mention all the stuff that the system could pick up in the background. Let's say you're playing a game and you're listening to, I don't know, Busta Rhymes or whatever, and the man's dropping a certain word, and you are a nerdy white guy that sounds like this. I am playing Call of Duty. I cannot wait to look at my data afterwards. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And then the game hears Busta just like dropping some bars in the background, and he says a certain word, and then you get banned. Like, that could be a thing that could happen. If you are in a lobby with a child and you say like, hey, Cletus, stop being a bitch and go check the mail. Who is Cletus? I mean, it could be your roommate, it could be your gay lover, I don't know. But Cletus, hey, Cletus, quit being a bitch. I know it's cold. Go check the mail, okay? And because 10-year-old little Timmy No Thumbs is in that lobby, you get voice banned for that. Guys, listen. The Call of Duty, like, social aspect of the game is completely fucking dead. I have not looked up Steam charts in a while. We're going to do that live right now, okay? Steam charts like player loss. Yeah, we've lost 28% of the player base after losing nearly half last month. We're still dropping. Where does it end? I mean, we are at the numbers right now, okay? The numbers. Let's just compare this, like, seriously, to Modern Warfare 3, the end of Modern Warfare 3 and that iteration of Warzone. The numbers are like Black Ops 6 never even happened. That's how bad it is. We are at the end of life cycle Modern Warfare 3 numbers. And I want to reiterate, guys, Modern Warfare 3 was not a success. It sold, I think it was nearly 40% less, like 38% less, something in that ballpark, less than Modern Warfare 2 did. I mean, I think Modern Warfare 3 is probably the best Call of Duty we've gotten. It turned out to be pretty good when it's all said and done by the end of the game's life cycle. But the fact of the matter is it was not a success by any stretch of the imagination. Activision Blizzard and Call of Duty aim to sell you garbage. They are excellent salesmen. They can fool this dumbass player base. Most of them are on console now, by the way. So, your neighbor that still hasn't upgraded his PS4 like after 10 years or whatever because he's too busy buying vape juice and just can't afford like a PS5 or a gaming PC or whatever. I mean, that's the guy they are marketing this game to. They are marketing this game to mostly console players now. I think that's why the whole cheating epidemic, they're not fixing it really. I really don't think they're going to fix anything. They're just going to cut off crossplay between PC and console. Like, that option's going to be more easily accessible, especially in ranked play. They're not doing anything to actually fix the issue. They're just slapping a Band-Aid on it and catering to little Timmy No Thumbs with his PS4 with cockroaches nesting inside it that wants to take off like Elon Musk's rocket into the fucking stratosphere every time he boots up Black Ops 6. That shit cannot run that. I swear to God, if they keep making Call of Duty for these underpowered consoles, nothing is ever going to change innovation-wise. It's just going to be the same recycled bullshit over and over and over again. I mean, it already is, but to an even greater extent. I don't know what to say, guys. This system is completely broken. And they did talk about it in the blog post about fixing it or whatever, making it less strict. But, dude, I will believe it when I see it. They have been saying all of this stuff for years. They have lied to us openly for years. I don't trust a goddamn thing they have to say. I just don't. Actions speak louder than words. Fix it, and then you'll get my praise. Talking about fixing it doesn't do shit. I could talk about going to the gym 7 days a week. I could talk about it till my lips turn blue, like I'm one of these Activision Call of Duty apologists that are sucking dick until the shit turns white. That's an Afro Man reference. Anyway, guys, I could do that. Doesn't mean I'm actually going to go to the gym and get in shape, you know? It's the truth. Regardless, though, guys, that's going to do it for me. This is absolutely unbelievable news. And to break this down in a video, and I'll leave a link to this website. It's called ToxMod. Modulate.ai is the site, I do believe. Yes. And ToxMod is the system that Call of Duty uses. Not a conspiracy, 100% factual stuff here. This is embarrassing, insulting, racist, sexist, everything in between. Ableist, I'm sure, at some point. Maybe the game knows you're like disabled or something like that, and someone says something about a wheelchair in a lobby, and then that person gets banned. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something like that. Like, it doesn't work. This is the most brain dead shit. Anyone can just look at this and see that this is inherently flawed at a core level. As long as your IQ is higher than my current thermostat settings, I keep it pretty low in the winter to save money on the electric bill. Anyone with a fraction of intelligence can see that this system is completely and utterly useless and broken. And I just don't understand how this trillion-dollar company can be so fucking retarded. And with that bombshell, I am out. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you drop a like if you did. This needs to be seen by pretty much everyone. Thank you, Sub1KD, for uncovering this and sharing this with me. Check out his channel. I'll leave that in the video description. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.